What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to Birds of Play, episode 60. Today, we're going to be talking about a game that took Overwatch, Rainbow Six Siege, Call of Duty, Fortnite, and put it all in one, and it's your favorite game, Call of Duty Black Ops 4. Also, we're going to mention Canada, how they might have leaked the entire E3.
Rage 2.
And then we'll just mention Rage 2. This is Birds of Play.
I'm triggered.
Triggered! It's Birds of Play. I'm John Tyler McCrone, joined by
The Nathan Dean.
Brandon Diaz.
We Overwatch now, boys. So you want to talk about Rage 2 or Black Ops 4
Rage
first?
2.
Rage 2. That's the much shorter segment. So a great couple of trailers came out for the id Software, Bethesda Software, the other one that I can't remember.
Bethesda Softworks is the public.
Bethesda Softworks, and what's the third?
Avalanche.
Some we got a gameplay trailer. We got a cinematic trailer. I'm excited. What do you guys think?
I don't know, because I never played Rage. But.
So, Avalanche made Just Cause, like the Just Cause series, and Mad Max. And this looks very much like those. I think id was like an assistant developer on this
Right.
one. Because everybody thinks they're working on Doom 2, which honestly I prefer more over Rage. But this looks like it's going to be a lot like Just Cause. And also Bulletstorm. It looked like it had...
What a great game comparison.
I mean, I love Bulletstorm.
It's going to be like Bulletstorm.
Like Bulletstorm with guns.
Hey, Bulletstorm was fun.
But it's interesting that you mentioned the Doom thing because, when Rage came out, that was kind of id Software's like, we're back in it, guys. We're back in. We're putting single player shooters back on the market. We're gonna have big game, cars. No one bought it. No one's buying it. DLC that no one gets.
It was really cool for the time, but it did not age well. After like the first 6 months, I was like, oh, this is really gross.
Right, exactly. And I think, I don't know, it was just a weird thing where it seems to me, because what we see from Doom, it might have gone to Bethesda Softworks with this game and was like, we want to make this. And Bethesda was like, no. We make Fallout, we make Elder Scrolls Online. You have this idea, but tone it way down. You guys have been in the back burner for a while. Let's see what happens. It was okay.
I mean, I watched
Rage was okay.
How IGN said about it. They're like, when they were talking about the Rage 2 announcement, they were just like, yay. Like, I remember like everybody like begging for a Rage 2, but it's like, it wasn't a bad game. It was just like a good game. Like, okay, I guess we'll
I'm
get
interested,
a sequel.
for sure.
Definitely interested, but I think, like after Doom, obviously, Bethesda was like, okay, Ed, you can make the game you want to make. And I think that will probably hurt this one, because if this was the first Rage game, I think it'd be fine, right? People would be reacting good to it, but they're comparing it to the first game, which was lackluster to be generous,
But wasn't
I mean, it was so close to being a rail shooter that its iPhone port was a rail shooter.
I don't think you keep on saying this, but I'm not going to bring that argument up again. I don't think you know what a rail shooter is.
The only thing I can think of is like people were trying to compare it to the first one. It's a weird analogy, but wasn't Battlefield Bad Company 1 like just totally different from the second one?
Yeah,
same
so
with
it was and that's when the game grew from the second one rather than the first one. So that's why I'm seeing if they're going to do it that way.
The most recent Prey that came out, which was critically acclaimed. It was really good.
Yeah.
Complete offshoot, not even related
the old
to
ones.
I think it's probably unfair to compare it to the first one in such a way, especially because this one is so obviously immediately drastically different. It's weird for me to see the comparisons still. Even the tone of the game. The first one was like, it's called Rage, first of all.
It was a super serious tone, very
gritty,
reminiscent
serious. Exactly. And this
one,
one,
you wake up in a vault and you're like, oh no, the world's gone. Now I got to find out what happened. And this one's like, well, you're insane. Time to go kill people.
Yeah, it looks like Borderlands, but like more realistic, kind of. I'm excited. I'm excited.
Sequel for Rage.
Sequel for Rage. Probably.
I mean,
good.
Developed by Avalanche. How bad could it be? Just Cause.
And it's throwing their hat in. And Bethesda will put a house in there somewhere that you can build that won't function well at all.
Can we talk about Call of Duty now?
Let's talk about Call of Duty. Yes. This event happened yesterday?
It did.
Yesterday.
Yeah.
Black Ops 4 event. We got a gameplay trailer. We got a cinematic trailer.
Numerous ones.
We got a new mode trailer, and we got Count Baby 1, 2, 3 zombie trailers. They know where their audience is at.
Oh no, I only watched one of them.
There are 3.
I only thought there was one.
There are 3.
Oh, there's 3. They're like, here's the trailer. And then they're like, no, here's the trailer. And it just kept going.
And here's a teaser for a different zombie mode.
Yeah, exactly.
So let's go with the shortest one first. The one that surprisingly got probably the least amount of attention, the multiplayer. Like the standard Call of Duty beat 'em ups.
There's a lot of news coming from it too.
There's a lot of news. But first things first, guys. We got Overwatch. We got supers.
Oh, I know.
We got heroes. We got class specialization. We got 5v5.
Yep.
We got small to medium sized maps. What do we think about this?
It was
Just
in Black Ops
curiosity.
3, so it's not that.
So real quick, let's go through our Call of Duty experience. I stopped at Modern Warfare.
I stopped playing, I'm pretty sure it was after my failure with Advanced Warfare. I think it was Advanced Warfare. I was like, this isn't what I want anymore.
I stopped after Black Ops 3 and then picked up World War II and then with that.
So you played pretty much every Call of Duty.
I skipped like 2, but
I
yeah.
played very little of World War II.
So coming from those different perspectives, the nobody, the medium body, and the big body.
The big
What do we think? Let's go reverse. Brandon, what do you think of just the multiplayer stuff right now? What do you think about that?
Honestly, I'm not that interested. One of the biggest draws for Black Ops 3 was like the jetpacks. It was like weird to have jetpacks in a Call of Duty, but it felt right in Black Ops 3 because it wasn't like flying around. It was more
Right.
of like a boosted jump.
Yeah,
And
it was
then-
just Titanfall.
yeah. And Titanfall had really good movement. This one, it for one, can I say the HUD looks disgustingly cluttered,
I mean, yeah, it's a Call of Duty game.
but
They might have
but
adjusted in
it
beta,
looks interesting. I mean, I feel like I'm beating a dead horse, but it looks like more of the same.
It's interesting that you
But
mentioned
literally more of the same. Like
Right.
they just took a Black Ops 3 and took out the
That's a
jetpacks.
big complaint I heard. Also, apparently, there was some news where they were doing some playtesting for it, where they had an instance where like you had the advanced movement, but it was like a perk that you got kinda. So you would unlock it, then you could jump around stuff like that, and the playtesters near unanimously hated it, and that's why it's gone.
I also know
So that's a thing.
that when they were first developing the game, they had jetpacks in mind, and
Right.
they designed the maps with jetpacks in mind, and then they took them out.
So they had to
So
rework them
there's
and
like,
all that.
well, no, like the maps are still like that. They still have the verticality,
Oh no!
but it's not like integral to the map. But they still have the verticality that you would have if you had jetpacks in it.
Medium boy, what do you think?
think-
What's your reaction to
I
multiplayer?
just loved the way they approached it because I agree with you. I think my friend and I were watching it, and it was like all of the maps they were showing on the trailer for it looked like Black Ops 3. And even in the comments, people were like, is this Black Ops 3? Is this Black Ops 4? And then to throw everybody off, I forget the guy's name, but he was just like, can you jetpack? And there was just a no. People were like, boo, this sucks, boo. And he's like, now. Can you thrust? No. People were like, what's going on? He's like, is this going to be boots on the ground? Yes, and you hear all these people cheer. The next clip is somebody using like a grappling hook and like shoot. And I was like, yeah, that's boots on the ground.
Boots on the air.
But yeah, I know. I mean, I just like when they're like
formally.
introducing all these specialists, and they show the guy who was like, I think I remember his name was Scout, and he's like this guy or Recon or something, and he's like, this is the guy when he shoots a dart or something, it like shows the outline of all the enemies on the enemy team. I'm like,
Hanzo.
oh, this is like Hanzo / Widowmaker, and then there's like, oh, there's somebody that can put where everybody spawns here. I'm like, oh, it's Symmetra, it's just Overwatch.
Shield guy.
Well,
I
they
was
had
like,
tack
that's
inserts
interesting.
before. They've had tack inserts.
But I was like, that's interesting. It's very similar to Overwatch. And then they're like, we're going to team up with Battle.net. And I'm just like, this is all making so much sense.
They have
Oh my god, I remember
Ultimates
hearing
now.
that yesterday. One of my friends went on the Overwatch and they were like, wait, that's weird seeing Black Ops 4 on the Battle.net launcher. I was just like,
They had Jeff Kaplan. He's like, I'm excited to bring Call of Duty. I'm like, this is some money-making machine.
he was also,
not
I'm really excited that we have Destiny.
He's like,
Yeah,
my game is so
exactly.
successful that I got in Call of Duty now.
So from the
This fall.
from the nobody, I'm excited for it because it has all the games that I like in there.
No, you aren't. You're not gonna play.
We got Overwatch in there, baby. We got Rainbow Six Siege in there, baby. Because on that note, apparently the health doesn't regenerate anymore automatically, and
Yeah, you have a little
apparently,
stim booster thing.
and you pick operator, and you're stuck with that operator like Rainbow Six Siege. Apparently.
I just want them to heal like they do.
So,
in Fortnite.
I learned an obnoxious amount of stuff from a video I watched about the multiplayer that I'm not gonna spew out here. It'll be in the description.
But we got two of my favorite games in one game, baby. That's good enough for me.
You're not gonna play this.
No, I'm
it's
not.
Call of Duty.
But you know what I will play?
There's more than 2 games in this one.
There's like 5 games in this one. No campaign. But
They kind of slid that in there.
no campaign.
They were just like, oh, no, there's no campaign. So have a great night.
I don't know if anybody's really upset about that. Though.
I mean, the losers will complain, but because EA said the champion of gaming, the king of gaming, the ruler of gaming, EA said that players don't care about single player, right? And everyone took that to mean so God of War shouldn't have been a game. And it's like no, that's not what we meant. What we meant was in games like Battlefield 1, nobody cares about single player.
I mean, they're not wrong.
People say they do, but nobody really cares.
Look at Overwatch.
just
Look at
reworded
Siege. Look at
Exactly.
Fortnite.
In a game
PUBG,
like
nobody-
that, nobody gives 2 shits about
Because there
single
are
player.
people that like single player, and they thought they were like directing it towards them.
Yeah.
They're
Right.
like, what? No, I like single player.
And they don't mean like God of War. They mean for multiplayer games, nobody cares.
In a game where you play the multiplayer predominantly, single player is a non-issue.
Moving past that, our second feature, I don't know if this is the order that the show went, but that's how I'm doing it. We saw a cash grab moment with the reveal of Call of Duty Blap Blops.
Well, it was
Blackout.
It was more of like a tease because we didn't really get anything from it.
No,
I
but
think they're gonna show that at
you know what we got? We got Overwatch, baby. We got Rainbow Six Siege, baby. We got Fortnite, baby. And now we got PUBG, baby. Are you kidding me? That's 4 games in one game. What do we think? We saw a very little bit. What do we think about it? I'm kind of optimistic.
I wanna see
I'm
more.
looking forward.
I want to see
You
more.
know, I think if it's like Call of Duty mechanics where it's very fast paced and like running around, I don't know if that will work. But then also if like they slow it down, that will probably feel weird.
I think it has to be
So,
uniquely Call of Duty for it to work.
And they stress that a lot. You know, it's like we have Battle Royale, but it's going to be super, super unique. We're going to have fun.
Like if it doesn't play like
things, cool.
fast-paced arcade shooter, it's gonna be weird.
Right, but it's apparently a huge map.
Yeah, which I'm excited. They're saying
is
it's gonna
good.
be like
They showed like
classic.
the outline of it.
Yeah, they said they're gonna have like classic Call of Duty maps inside this one map, and the one that they started out with was high rise, and I was like, I
Yeah.
want it.
You kind of have to add Nuketown in there, don't you think?
Yeah,
Oh,
100%.
That has to
That's
be.
one of
in
That'd
there.
be so cool though to run
if it
through
is, I
a
think
big
that'd be
map that
a
has
huge letdown.
different Call of Duty maps
Right.
in it. That'd be so cool.
Probably this will be like the biggest, most popular feature, obviously, with the way the gaming industry is going right now. Like I said, I want to see what they do with it. That's something I didn't think about. And then when it came out, I was like, you know what? I do want to see Call of Duty do Battle Royale. I do want to see that, Mr. Gay Man.
I'm waiting for them to release it as a separate game, like they did with Modern Warfare.
This is something I
Remastered.
noticed. Every single game, every single trailer, right, show Call of Duty Black Ops for the logo, and then it faded into the like that section, like it said multiplayer, blackout, zombies, right? And it only said available for digital download when the second screen came up. Are they going to put this game out in chunks for people who just want to play the one parts?
Like season.
I thought of that. It's like, if you just want to play Blackout, just buy Blackout for like $10.
Honestly, that'd be kind of cool.
That'd be kind of cool.
I don't know. I just think
As someone who doesn't care for the game, that'd be kind of cool. To get Blackout
I
for
can see
$10.
them doing that, but I don't think they would, only because people see how much popularity Fortnite gained, and then by adding it to a Call of Duty game, it's gonna give those players that maybe they're younger players, like the younger kids who are like
Right.
10, 11 that have been playing Fortnite, they get exposed to zombie mode, they get exposed to more Call of Duty.
True.
So that brings them more attention to that franchise, and then that gives them more money to play like other games and things of that sort. But I mean, I know it's gonna happen because microtransactions are everywhere. But my fear is in the announcement, they're just like, you get to play as this guy. Remember this guy? Remember your zombie guys? Remember?
Yes.
And they're like, remember all these guys that you want to play as? You're gonna get to play as them. But they never mention like, oh, you might have to pay for it, or you might have to or you get one choice, and then the other ones you have to pay like $1 each or something like that. I know they're gonna add microtransactions, but I don't want it to happen.
Right. Hopefully, and it's sad that this is what we have to say, but hopefully we'll get just cosmetics.
They're gonna add all those vehicles too.
All those vehicles and the
Yeah.
planes and such.
So I'm curious how they're gonna.
He's sad.
Transaction.
That's the microtransaction
He's
phase.
serious.
Because it's just because Fortnite did so well with it.
Right.
With all the skins, and people were like desiring
the
to
different
get those.
emotes
And Overwatch.
Call of
did
Duty's
the same
like, let's
thing.
just charge $60 for ours and then add
Do the same
microtransactions
thing,
again. Yeah.
But not gameplay centered microtransactions.
Yeah, no, it's just like,
Don't
oh,
unlock
you want to play
airstrikes.
it, you just want to play as Woods or something like
Yeah.
that, then you got to pay.
I'll take it.
I want to play as Gaz or Roach or one of the guys that gets burned. Spoilers.
They all get burned eventually. Anyway, enough of all that. Enough of all that garbage. Get that crap out of my face. Cause baby, we got Overwatch. Baby, we got Rainbow Six Siege. We got Fortnite. We got PUBG. And now we got State of Decay 2. We got Left 4 Dead 2. We got Sherlock Holmes Survival Horror Game 2.
That's how you play the
That's
game.
like 8 games.
Call of Cthulhu.
I can't take it anymore.
Titanic. Too many games. How can we pack so much content?
Wait, Titanic was not a game.
It is now.
It's now.
Because it wasn't the iceberg that made this ship sink.
We got 3 trailers for zombies. The first one was called, I think, like Night of the Blood.
It was called
or
9. I think
something.
they just said 9. I remember them saying not. The one with the Coliseum.
That's I'm not talking about the shortest
yeah,
one.
you're talking about the
It's
last
just-
one?
Yeah, okay, the last one. I didn't watch the actual
Well,
live
there was
stream.
like an order that they
Yeah.
did it.
Let me look it up real quick.
Yeah, it was called like Night of the Blood or something. It was like 30 seconds and just panned up from
panned up, and they're like,
candles
wow.
to guys.
So they're like, that was amazing. I'm like, I don't understand what that.
So I would assume that's the classic crew
Yep.
of
Yeah.
those guys coming back from the other
Russian,
games.
Dempsey, and then the 2 other guys.
Was that in Black Ops 3?
No.
It's something that
Previous
started in
one?
Black Ops and then it kept
Okay.
going.
It's been a while for me.
Oh, Black Ops 3 didn't have the original guys, I don't think.
Okay, so that's been a while for me. Cause
Probably it's those guys, but who cares
it
about
was,
them?
though. They said we're going back to
Well, who cares about them? I'm done with the old news. I'm in with the hot newness. We see a Titanic trailer where I'm like,
that was crazy.
is this a French heist movie on the Titanic? I'm in.
They made so much money, I think, for doing that.
Oh, yeah.
It's a big risk, but I like the concept. But I'm curious what this means. Like, I don't know what there's like this main objective that all of
Right.
these characters are trying to reach. Like, there's like a staff, not a staff, but you know what I'm
It's
talking
like
about.
the
It's like
alien.
The
a
weird septum thing.
yeah. It was
you
some
know?
kind of. So they didn't really explain that much, but it was like that was the desired item in both the 9 trailer and
Blood of the Dead.
Titanic
Blood of the Dead
one.
is the one with the
Yeah,
4 guys.
so I mean, I like the concept idea where it was like when they first showed it, and then it was like them as gladiators or something. I'm like, what is this? Like, I
And
don't
then
know
they
what
kinda
they're
give you a
going
little
with.
more back-
Is Call of Duty bringing swords and stuff now? Is that?
Honestly,
are we
I'm
just
kinda
gonna?
down.
Yeah.
I mean, if you play Black Ops 3, they had those melee weapons, and it's pretty rad.
And then they were like, oh, let's take it to a fancier set, and they're on like this. This boat, and I was like, oh, okay, it's all fancy or whatever. And then the very last glimpse where you see the Titanic, I'm like, that happened.
So this is a thing where I experienced this with like some of the other zombie modes where it's like, man, this would be really interesting if I was here right before all the zombie stuff happened. Like I thought like, are they just gonna have like a murder mystery section of Call of Duty where it's like, hey, all you Sherlock Holmes fans, go here.
Hey, all you people.
Exactly, but like so it's like I would want to play this right before the zombies happen, but nonetheless, I was pumped for it. I love weird heist stuff. I love heists.
Yep.
I love all the characters were cool. They were all unique and different. The weird scepter with the Nazi guy was cool. I assume he's a Nazi because why wouldn't he be a Nazi?
Wolfenstein. Oh, Wolfenstein. There we go. That's
Wolfenstein's
the next
there.
game.
And then
You got Wolfenstein in this game.
at least with my order, with my order of viewing. Then I see that 9 trailer where it's the same characters from the Titanic, right? And they sniff all this juice, and they go back to weird, like an arena in Egypt, I guess, during the late Empire of Rome. I know this because it's purple. And they got gladiators and they're fighting Zambambos and gladiatorial arena. That seems super dope.
Zambambo?
I know where they're putting the money. They're putting all the money in zombies.
They're like, what makes
I'm
us money?
excited.
Multiplayer, zombies, and then Fortnite's doing really well. Let's
Right.
just do that. No single player.
I mean, honestly, like for the past, for basically all the Call of Duty games, I'd see the zombie mode and be like, who cares? I care so little about this. And then this comes out, I'm like, bang, I'm in, 100%, baby.
Yeah.
What do you guys think?
Honestly, I think I know where they know where their market is because Call of Duty has been kind of like on a downward slope. Because the multiplayer, there's only so much variation you can do on the modern military shooter. And I know for me, I'm like my multiplayer game is Siege, and I'm kind of interested in Blackout. I want to see more. In zombies,
Based
off
when I
what
saw
you-
9, I was like, I'm in.
based off of what you guys have said, I'm interested. I need to go back and watch those trailers.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I was really excited because I just haven't felt excited for a Call of Duty game in years. Because even was it last year or 2 years ago when they announced World War II, And then they had this big announcement. I'm like, oh, we're gonna bring back the tradition. And I didn't care. It was like, okay, that's great. You lost my trust with Advanced Warfare and Modern Warfare 3. I just wasn't a fan.
Yeah.
And then when Black Ops took this route and saw where all the markets were, they saw how popular Overwatch was, they saw how popular PUBG and Fortnite were, and they already knew they had their market, and they're just bringing them all in one. They're gonna make a lot of money.
It's ambitious, and if it works, I think it'll be very successful. To wrap this segment up a little bit,
I'll let
before we talk
Logan
about
buy it before
Walmart. Exactly.
I do want to see what they do at E3 with this Blackout. And see, I want to see what it looks like, though. But I
want to see like an open beta so I can get my hands on it.
So as I do with these kind of things, I go straight to YouTube. I don't watch the reaction videos. I watch the people going, 15 reasons why Black Ops 4 is going to be bad. I watch this.
Here's why I'm not optimistic.
In 15 seconds.
I'm a hater.
And basically what I saw was just a bunch of dumb stuff, which I don't know if really even bothers with commentary, but like people are complaining where it's like, it's not like the other ones. It's not boots on the ground. It's too much like Overwatch. And I'm like, dude, how much money the Overwatch has been making forever? And Cold War 2 came out and nobody cares.
But it's like it doesn't make sense. It's like,
Nobody
oh,
cares.
it's not like the other ones, but it's too much like the last one. It's like you can't win. So
Isn't that what people complain about though? Like it's too much like the other ones.
That's what I'm
So
saying, there's people that-
Treyarch is like, let's not make it like the other ones.
They're like, oh, it looks too much like Black Ops 3, or oh, this one is not different. Like it's just the exact same, or it's too much change. It's like, play the game or don't.
Yeah.
Right.
Get with the
And then,
program.
like, I saw another one where it's like, people were apparently are very mad the regenerations are going to get the stims, and it's like, so do you want innovation or do you not want innovation?
Honestly, and that might be a spillover from the blackout mode because you know how the battle royale games you
can't
don't
regenerate health from
regen.
that, yeah.
You always consume something to heal, so that might just be a
And
spillover.
I'm always a fan of health packs. I love health packs in games.
I gotta say, I cannot believe how much PUBG and Fortnite have come to this point, like where there was just such a popular game, and it's so popular that AAA games now are having to adapt to it because that's where the market is now. It's just amazing to see how far it just gives me chills at how far it's come. And
I think those are the main complaints where people were complaining where it's too same, it's not different enough, which are, I think, dumb. Because I think it is different enough. They're definitely packing in enough of it to be different. And I'll say, honestly, for me, I don't know if it's the same. I can't tell. From what I see, it's all new because I haven't played the game in 10 years. But
if you're looking for a Call of Duty studio to innovate, it's going to be Treyarch because they started the zombies. They started with the
that's why I trust them with this.
Black Ops 3 and the specialists, and now this one
the
with
Super seemed cool from what I saw.
Yeah, like they had like some of the operator specialists from Black Ops 3, like Ruin. He had the ground slam, which is super cool.
Shield guy.
Shield guy,
Dog
Seraph,
guy.
who had the Annihilator revolver that one shots. Like it's really cool.
And I don't want to mention like a spoiler just for people that haven't
Outrider
seen it.
with a bow.
But the only thing that we're talking about, all these things that are adapted to a Call of Duty game, whatever this device that the characters in the zombies mode are trying to achieve, as soon as he like activates it, all these people turn into zombies rather than the human beings. So it's kind of like Marvel Infinity War. It's like,
You mother.
I was just mentioning something.
Wait, that made me have an inkling of a thought. Those didn't look like the classic Zambambos, and like they also became other things. You know what it kind of reminded me of, guys? Bear with me. It kind of looked like Doom.
What is happening in Call of Duty?
Every game is Call of Duty.
Can we talk about Walmart?
Yeah, well, let's cut to.
Let's talk about Walmart.
Should we cut to black or should we just go?
Let's just go.
Let's just go. So Walmart Canada, those rascals up there, those Canucks up there,
Great country.
They were cutting open a new batch of bagged milk, eating some salmon right off the fish.
Sorry.
And he was reaching for his hot cocoa, and his hand slipped and hit enter on the keyboard, which released
Whoa, sorry.
all of these games on the Walmart Canada list. Let's go through some of them.
So I got the photo.
List. Hit the
they
hot
weren't-
topics.
And they weren't sure if it was going to be real or not because they're like, this says Rage 2. That's Rage 2. That's not going to come out. And then the trailer came out, and then IGN was like, okay, this is probably real. So some of the main ones, nobody cares about Division 2. There's a new Splinter Cell on this list.
Ooh,
there's
that last one was really good.
There's an expansion for Destiny 2 with Destiny 2 Comet.
Nobody's.
Who doesn't love Destiny? Guys?
I'm fine with that. That's why I go to medium.
We got a Just Cause 4. There's a Metroid Prime 4 for Nintendo Switch.
Wait, Just Cause?
Yeah, so I think they're going to bring back, obviously, something I'm really excited about. Hopefully it looks really good at E3 is Borderlands 3. I'm excited for that one.
My goodness.
There's a Assassin's Creed on here. It doesn't say the title, it just says Assassin's Creed.
Another
That
one.
hurts.
To be expected.
The rumors that it's going to be in like Greece or something. They also have, this one was interesting, it's debatable. It has Gears of War 5 on here. I don't know. I think it might be one of those things where they just like, hey,
Just in case.
this is what's coming out in the future, spring 2019.
Yeah.
Be hyped, talk about us, be ready. Obviously some sports games that are going to be coming out here.
I mean, Assassin's Creed game, Origins did really well. So
Lego
that one
DC
could-
Villains, I don't know if you guys care about that at all.
Not so much.
They're going to like, they had DC superheroes, so I guess they're like, maybe people want Lego Villains.
I want to play as Thanos Legos.
No. Yeah, that's pretty much it for on this photo here.
Okay.
Final
let's-
Fantasy remake
And
for
what we
Final
knew about
Fantasy
that one.
7.
A predictable list.
More Final
but
Fantasy if you
A
haven't
good
had
list
enough.
to be sure.
Kingdom
I think.
Hearts 3.
Last of Us 2, that's also on here.
A good
You don't
list.
even like Last of Us.
There's all kinds of
Flip
stuff
your
on
thumb
here.
upside down.
A good list. Are there any games we wish were on this list?
A new Elder Scrolls.
I want to see another Red Dead game.
Actually, Starfield. That's rumored to be Bethesda's next like new IP.
Oh.
That would be interesting if that was on there.
Wow.
Like Bethesda Game Studios, not Softworks.
I remember them talking about all the different like routes they were trying to go with the Switch, and they're like, "Hey, let me just show you that we can sell cardboard for $8."
Doopy 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 doop 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 doopy 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 doop 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 doop.
Now that you mention it, I want to follow through remastered for Labo. Just see how.
Make a Pip-Boy and Labo.
Cut it.
You know.
Cut it. Kill it.
Well, if you guys want to spend $80 on literally trash, go to NintendoLabo.com. I don't care if that's the real website. You're an idiot for buying.
Check out the Dunk View.
That's where he's like,
Nintendo.
you get the Amazon cardboard, you get the box cardboard for the Labo, and then you get the cardboard inside. That's 3 products in one.
And just so
Not a
everyone
rip-off.
knows, I'm not mocking Nintendo. They're literally geniuses. I'm mocking all
no.
the idiots that bought
Oh, I
trash.
agree. So I'm like, nobody's gonna buy cardboard, and people are doing it. I'm like, they're doing it.
They're millionaires.
$80 for cardboard?
Nintendo's like, thank you. We picked this up from the recycle bin.
Sold.
They probably saw somebody in the office playing with the cardboard, like just for fun during their
Make it
break,
at a game.
and they're like, that's a game.
Some dude was trying to fold up his Amazon box. We can make a game.
We can make money off
Make
of
that a
that.
piano. I'm John St. Tyler McCrone for Birds of Play.
I'm Nathan Dean.
I'm sad.
Oh.
Why are you sad? What made you sad in any of this?
That people are buying late.
Black Ops 4 is gonna have like everything in one game.
Black Ops 4 Labo.
I'm gonna be so excited, and this might be
Call
like
of
the
Duty Black
biggest.
Ops
I just
2.
hope this
You
isn't
can cut
the
it.
biggest.
Kill it. End it.
Just go to credits
Bye.
cam. I don't think the credits cam is even synced up right.
I want Call of Duty 4, Black Ops 4, Lego 4.
It's all filtered in blue. Oh, there goes the mic. So we got it's Brady and I for the fireside chat this week.